Hey guys, Pastor Chet coming back with you today with another daily devotion we like to call Vitamins. That's right. Just wanted to jump on real quick and just share a little something with you. I've been watching these videos and these pictures that's coming out of Mountain Gap's camp up there. Pastor Steve's up there speaking this week, and our youth is up there. A bunch of our kids are there. Kelly and I have three. That's up there. Lance, Brooks, and Lexi are up there. That's right. And just some tremendous stuff coming out of that camp, man. I talked to Steve last night, and it's crazy what's going on up there right now. Steve was just ecstatic, said he needed it more than the kids did, and we understand why, good stuff. But but I saw a particular picture, and there's just kids everywhere worshiping and they're praising the Lord. Excuse me. And they're at the altar praying, and I saw a very particular picture of my daughter Lexi. She's standing there with her eyes closed, and she's just worshiping, man, and praising the Lord, and it just touched me so much, and it got me thinking about my praise and my worship, and what's the difference? What's the difference in our praise and worship? Because a lot of times some people get that confused, and praise is absolutely a form of worship, right? We know that, but there's a lot more to worship than just praise. We know praise is a celebration, right? And worship is an exaltation, so to speak, right? When you exalt something, you lift it up. When you worship somebody, and I'm very careful. I worship my wife, right? But in a totally different context. I love Kelly to death, but when you worship somebody, you put them on a pedestal. You put them in a place higher than you currently are, right? And that's what we have to do when we worship the Lord. We lift him on high. We exalt him. And now praise can definitely be a form of worship, but prayer is worship. I mean, there's several things that we can do when we worship the Lord. Jesus even tells us in his word, if I be lifted up, if I be exalted, I'll draw all men under me. And we know that means lifted up on the cross, at the crucifixion. We know that, but it has a context for today too. That if we'll lift him up today, if we'll exalt him today, if we as a church, if we as a staff, if we as a pastors, when we're preaching, if we lift Jesus up, if we continue to do that, he'll draw all men unto him. And that's what we've been called to do. And that's what we're going to do. So, and if you think about the story in the Bible, when Luke 19, it's 1940, Luke 19:40, where Jesus is coming into town, and the Pharisees are trying to get Jesus to quiet his people down. And he makes that statement, if they don't cry out, the rocks will, And I just want you to know today, I'm not going to let a rock cry out on my behalf, So I want to challenge you today to let's continue to worship. We've got to praise. We've got to celebrate, right? But let's continue to worship the Lord. Let's continue to lift him up. Let's lift Jesus up. And if we'll get that right, if we'll lift Jesus up in our life, then he'll begin to let everything else fall in place like it should up under that. So two things I want you to remember. The first thing is I love you. And the second thing I want you to remember is this. That's right. See y'all next time.